Hello and welcome back to the channel. The world is drowning in information. Every day people consume massive amounts of content, news articles, social media posts, trivia, and random facts, yet very little of it contributes to real knowledge or meaningful decision-making. This is what Charlie Munger calls the Twaddle Tendency, also known as the love of useless information. This tendency explains why people are often drawn to information that is entertaining or easy to digest, but ultimately adds no real value. It's why people spend hours scrolling through social media, reading gossip columns, or watching endless streams of irrelevant content instead of focusing on information that could improve their lives, careers, or investments. This bias exists because the brain is wired to enjoy stimulation, and consuming small, easy-to-process bits of information provides instant gratification. It feels productive, but in reality, it leads to distraction rather than meaningful progress. One of the most famous examples of twaddle tendency in business was the downfall of Circuit City. Once a leading electronics retailer, Circuit City became obsessed with irrelevant metrics and inefficient strategies. Instead of focusing on customer service, product selection, and pricing strategy, executives were distracted by corporate jargon, unnecessary reports, and irrelevant internal data. While competitors like Best Buy streamlined their business and adapted to market shifts, Circuit City was lost in its own bureaucratic twaddle. By the time they realized their mistake, it was too late, and the company collapsed. In the media industry, this tendency is everywhere. News networks often prioritize sensational stories that generate clicks rather than delivering substantive information. Headlines focus on celebrity gossip, social media trends, and viral moments, all of which keep people entertained but add little to their understanding of important global events. The financial world is also filled with useless information disguised as expertise. Many analysts, bloggers, and so-called experts flood the internet with endless speculation about short-term market movements, stock predictions, and economic forecasts. Most of this information is pure noise. The best investors, including Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, have always emphasized ignoring short-term distractions and focusing on long-term fundamentals. Twaddle tendency also appears in corporate decision-making. Many companies waste time in endless meetings filled with buzzwords, corporate jargon, and presentations that say a lot but mean nothing. Employees spend hours making reports that no one reads and refining slides that don't contribute to actual business growth. This illusion of productivity wastes time and resources without moving the company forward. Even in education, this bias is at play. Many students memorize large amounts of theoretical knowledge that has no practical application. Schools and universities often emphasize rote learning over critical thinking, producing graduates who know a lot of facts but struggle to apply their knowledge effectively in the real world. One of the most significant dangers of twaddle tendency is that it creates a false sense of expertise. People mistake information consumption for real knowledge. They assume that because they have read countless articles or watched hours of content, they understand a subject. In reality, true understanding comes from deep learning, critical thinking, and practical experience. Social media has amplified this problem. Platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok encourage the constant consumption of bite-sized content that entertains but does not educate. People absorb fragments of information and assume they have a well-rounded view of complex topics when, in reality, they have only scratched the surface. In personal life, this tendency leads to wasted time and mental clutter. Instead of reading books that challenge their thinking, people spend hours consuming trivial content. Instead of engaging in deep conversations, they focus on gossip and irrelevant discussions. This habit prevents personal growth and keeps people trapped in a cycle of low-value consumption. So how can you avoid twaddle tendency? The first step is to be intentional about the information you consume. Ask yourself, does this help me improve? Does this contribute to my goals? Does this information help me make better decisions? If the answer is no, it's probably not worth your time. Filtering out low-value content is crucial. Unfollow social media accounts that offer nothing but distractions. Avoid news sources that prioritize sensationalism over substance. Stop wasting time on content that doesn't contribute to real knowledge. Instead, focus on reading books, studying timeless principles, and learning from experts with a proven track record. In business and investing, focus on quality over quantity. Ignore market noise and avoid getting caught up in irrelevant data. Stick to fundamental analysis, long-term trends, and strategies that have stood the test of time. Twaddle tendency is everywhere, and resisting it takes effort. But by cutting out distractions and focusing on what truly matters, you can improve your decision-making, boost productivity, and gain a real advantage in business, investing, and life. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into cognitive biases, mental models, and decision-making strategies inspired by Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett, and other great thinkers. Thanks for watching, and until next time, think rationally, act wisely, and invest smartly.